In today's video, we'll create our directory and dashboard icons, build our cycles and reviews dashboard, test and debug our templates, then improve the minimal theme with custom CSS snippets. How to create your directory and dashboard icons. So I just want to show you how I set up my dashboard icons before we go set up our cycles and reviews dashboard. I use Photoshop to do this. Inside Photoshop, I have a few layers. If we turn off the current layer, which is our outcome goals, we'll just zoom in and you can see that I've got a couple of layers for the button or for the logo to sit on, and that's just a gray on a black. Then each layer for the directories is titled. So this one is my value goals icon. If I change to the move tool, I can move that around and I could make it smaller or larger. Then I've just got a stroke and an added glow on that. And then I just simply toggle on the icon I want to use on my dashboard. And I've set the canvas size to be 150 by 150. Because it's on a transparent background, I simply just export, save for web, export it as a transparent PNG. And then that lives under my images, logos folder. You can see that they just sit in there ready to be called into my cycles and reviews dashboard. So this is just an optional thing that you can do, but I recommend doing it because it will make your dashboard look a lot nicer, in my opinion. How to create your cycles and reviews dashboard. So we'll now move on to creating our cycles and reviews dashboard. Navigate to your map of contents, cycles and reviews, switch over to source mode, and I want you to enter in the data view query listed here. So we'll just have a look at what this data view query is doing. We'll bring up our achievements directory. So we have a table without an ID. It's pulling in the property button from our directory page. So we can see in our button property for achievements, we have a link to our MetaBind achievements button. Then we're pulling in the icon as our logo. The icon is the achievements logo that we created in the previous section. We're pulling in all these from our folder location journal reviews. So if we have a look in journal reviews, we have all our folder directories. Then we've got a where statement to say which folder directories to pull in. Now we would like to sort these in a particular order. So then we've got a sort command here. You can change this to whatever order you would like, but I've just put it as daily journals, weeks, months, quarters, yearly, achievements, disappointments, daily habits, and goal systems. If we have a look at our YAML properties, we just have a CSS class with cards. So we'll close our directory. Then we're going to navigate to reading view. Now we're presented with our dashboard. We can see the button has been pulled in. We also can see that the icon has pulled in. Then we have the ordering as we have specified. Now we can see we've got a note saying button not found. And this is because we haven't linked our MetaBind cycles and reviews embed. So we'll go do that. You can either put it above or below. I'll put mine below. So 3 backticks, MetaBind embed. 2 square brackets, then type in MetaBind and select the MetaBind cycles and review menu. We'll navigate up to preview again. Now we have our weeks, months, quarters, years, achievements, disappointments, daily habits. We're missing our goal outcomes and we're also missing our daily. So let's go review those two. Just highlight Control O. Open up your MetaBind cycles and reviews menu. Jump into source mode. Now we were missing the daily. So let's do a Control F, type in daily. So we have our daily habits. We have our add new daily journal, but that's all we have. So we don't have our button for our daily. So remember, we need to link our daily to our daily journals here. So this is where we have to link to. So let's go do one for that one. Because it's just an open, I'm just going to use daily habits. Change this one to daily journal. Just make sure you get the correct one. So you've got journal reviews, daily journals. Now I have to put a ID to match. So I need to find out what this ID is here. So we'll open up the daily journals. We can see the ID is daily. So we'll pop in the ID of daily. Now, when I go back and forward, now I have the daily journal. So let's see if it works. Let's open it. And yes, it does work. Go back. So we might just call it daily journals. And to keep it consistent, we'll Windows key full stop, put a calendar there. We'll go back, forward. Now we have a matching calendar. So the next one will be our goal systems. So let's open up our goal systems. So this one is simply called goal systems. That's our ID there. So we'll grab our ID, come over, just paste it there. Once again, we'll just use the top one here. We'll change this to goal systems, put a cogwheel in there. And I've just got to change the link. So we want the goal systems in reviews, goal systems, then change the ID. It's hidden true. So now when we close this one, go back and forward, we now have our goal systems button. You can go one step further and put the add button in if you would like. So if we bring up the achievements, we have our action here. And to do that, just open up here, copy this one, or just hit enter, call it action as action. Now that's going to pull in the button. We probably want to put it below to keep it a little bit more tidy. So we want to put it under the logo. So pop it under the logo, put a comma, take that one away. Now we have an action button there. I don't particularly like that, so I don't include it, but you'd need to make sure that you've got an action set to add another button below if that's what you would like to do. So I'm just going to remove it because I don't like having my action on the dashboard. I just like having it like so. So now we have our dashboard created. Let's go do a test to make sure we can navigate to each directory. Daily journals, back to cycles and reviews, weeks, back to cycles and reviews, months, back to cycles and reviews. So you get the idea, just go through and make sure that everything works and you can click through your dashboard. Inside your habits dashboard, remove the options that you don't want to use. I think option 1 is the best option because it gives you a side-by-side comparison. But if you just want a month or the last 3-month option, then you can choose those. And go ahead and add your value and goal outcomes in here, depending on what you've chosen for each area. And this is going to be personal to you. Testing and debugging our templates. So we'll now move on to doing some testing. We'll start with the daily journals. We want to test that we can add a new daily journal. So remember, we can click on today's date to create our new daily note, or we can select the Add New Daily Journal button. That creates a new daily note. I don't like how the properties reveal when the note opens. We can turn this off under the editor and select properties in document hidden, but then we lose our properties at the top here and we have to rely on the right-hand pane to see our properties. So I'll show you a workaround in the next section. So we have our day loaded here, the 27th of September 24. We have our habit tracker widget. We have our fallback templater pulling in the date, week, month, quarter, and the year. So we can toggle our habits for the day. Just go through and test that each import works. So you can just put in test and take a look to the right-hand side to make sure everything is working. Once you're satisfied that all the tests have been successful, we can see that the files created today and the files modified today have both come in correctly. I've got my navigation yesterday and tomorrow. So we don't have tomorrow yet, which is the 28th of September. We don't have the 26th created either. So let's go create the 26th. we'll just toggle on a few habits. So with the navigation, it only goes to yesterday and tomorrow. So if we go back to the 27th, we will be able to go back to yesterday, which is the 26th. But if we want to go to tomorrow, it doesn't exist. So we have to create tomorrow, toggle on some habits. And when we scroll down and go yesterday, it'll go back to the 26th. And tomorrow will now go to the 28th. So that's working. We want to test to see that our weeks work. So if we select our week here, we've already got one created. So we'll just delete this one. We'll select week 39, which is this week. So that works successfully. We'll delete this one, go back to our cycles and reviews, go into our weeks, select add new weekly review. That also works. We can see our templated code is being pulled in. We also have our dates to the right-hand side here. Once again, go through and test that all your fields are working. So we can see the week is beginning on Sunday, then end on Saturday. Because we've entered in daily journals on Saturday, Friday, Thursday, and Monday, they will appear here. So we can see we've got a link to Monday. We have a link to Thursday, Friday, and also Saturday. Our weekly habit tracker results are not working, so we need to review our weekly template. So let's open up our weekly review template, go down to our habit tracker results. So I can see there is a problem with our where statement. So we're targeting the week, but on the daily, we have our YAML property set to weeks. Make sure this one says weeks, and also that one says weeks. So we need to take out the quotation marks. We'll close this one, close this one. We'll delete the week that we just created, and then we're going to create it again. So now we have our weekly habit tracker results being loaded in correctly. We don't have a calendar button for months, quarters, or years. So we have a couple of options. We can Control P, type in periodic, open monthly note, quarterly note, or yearly note. So we'll do that for the monthly. So we have our meta details pulling in correctly. We haven't added our tip. So just go through and test all the fields work. We've got the month beginning, the start of the month to the end of the month, and then a link to next month. So we don't have August created. So it's just going to give us a little preview to say that the previous month hasn't been created, and that's the same for the October. Our monthly habit tracker results are not being pulled in. To fix the monthly habit tracker results and notes for this month, change your templated code where statements as shown here and here. Then when you create a monthly note, that will fix your monthly habit tracker results and also the notes for this month. So the next one's going to be quarters. So we need to enter our quarter dates here. So you need to manually enter those. We don't have the previous quarter or the next quarter. We do have our dates being pulled in successfully on the left and right hand side. Just go through and do your test on the quarterly, and we can see that notes this quarter are being pulled in correctly. The last one's going to be the yearly. We'll hit open yearly note. We'll just want to check the meta details are correct and the information's being pulled in, and then just go through and do your test to make sure all your fields work. Another quick method to get your reviews in is to add quick add commands for your months, quarters, and years. To do that, go to your quick add, go up to where it says name, and then what you need to do is you need to create a macro. This one, new monthly review. Hit add choice, click the cogwheel, hit the plus, hit the cogwheel again, and then you're going to add a command called periodic, and then you're going to choose monthly. So there you have your open monthly note. And you do the same for your quarterly and also your yearly. Alternatively, you could do a multi, add review, select multi, drag your new monthly review into your add review, then add your next macro, which will be new quarterly review. We'll make that one a macro. Hit the cogwheel, hit the plus, hit the cogwheel again, type in periodic. This time we want to select the quarterly. So you scroll down until you find open quarterly note, hit add. So that's your quarterly. The next one is new yearly review. Click on your cogwheel, hit the plus, hit the cog, periodic, and then select open yearly note, hit add. So now we have our 3 reviews as quick add commands. So we simply go Control P, run quick add, and you can put a hotkey on this. So you can go down to your hotkeys, type in quick add one for run quick add. So go Alt Q, and now we have our options. So if we want to add a new monthly review, we want to add a new quarterly review, we want to add a new yearly review, then we can do so. We could also group them under add review, and that way they're all under the same parent. So to do that, quick add, and it's just a matter of setting the order. Now they're in the one. So when I go Alt Q, add review, now I just choose which review I want to add. So that's just an extra option to have. And if you also wanted to put it down here, you could install a plugin called Commander and then put it on your status bar, type in run quick add, choose the file plus, hit save. Now you have a click command here, and you can hit add review and add your reviews that way. Improving theme with custom CSS snippets. So if we go back into our options, we're going to jump in and we're going to show our properties in the document again. I have some custom CSS classes loaded in my Vault. To enable, I go into Appearance, scroll all the way down, and then I need to turn on my CSS snippets. Now I have one in there already called my custom. Your CSS snippets folder is located in your vault.obsidian snippets folder. You can place any CSS files in there with any name of your choice. So I've called this one my custom. And then if I bring up my editor, I have my custom here, and it contains these 3 CSS scripts here. So the first one is to hide the properties, which is this one here. So I'll show you how that works. So you can see here that if I open up Thursday, my properties are hidden by default. If I roll over my properties, they reveal. And then if I roll off, they hide. If I roll on, they reveal. Roll off, hide. So that's what this script here is doing. Then I have my habit tracker, and this is just to make my tables look better than my habit tracker. So you can see that's what my habit tracker looks like with the habit tracker CSS. If I turn off my custom CSS, that's what it looks like by default. I can see that my properties are showing now, but if I go back in and turn on my custom CSS, my properties are hidden and my tables look a lot better. This concludes part 4. Coming up in the series, we'll do a showcase of our Vault and take a look at the template pack.